Hey everybody, put on your hot dog costume and join me for Love is Blind. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking Love is Blind, Season 2, Episode 7, A Family Affair. You guys, I am really enjoying Season 2. It's fabulous. It's so much more fun for me than Season 1 was. I love going through these recaps. I'm going to be honest with you, this episode was a little bit boring, but it got better at the end. So let's go through the episode and talk about what happens. But first, check out my merch, link below. I got Midnight Toast, Justice for Steve. It's a load of pants. Or find me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. So we start off at that group event, right? We left off with last episode where Shayna totally made a fool of herself and acted like, I don't know what she acted like, but she was in a big stupid hat and totally full of herself. So Salvador asks Jarette to talk to him, and he says it's not always rainbows. Sometimes there's arguments. And then he leads into, hey, talk to me about the comment you made about Mallory's ring. So remember the whole thing. Jarette kind of planted a seeds like, Salvador doesn't know you, Mallory. I do. I know you like a gold ring, and that comes up, and it becomes a point of contention in their relationship. Well, Jarette is trying to say, listen, I like you, man. I'm not trying to throw shade. That comment didn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. No, it did. You still have a thing for Mallory. It definitely meant something, I feel like. Okay. Let's go into Natalie and Shane. So they're talking about what a ridiculous fool Shane is. Couldn't agree more. She had called them incompatible. And again, they say she doesn't know what she's talking about. Totally agree. I think she's doing it for screen time, attention, and for Shane. I think she's just not used to guys not maybe falling all over themselves for her. I don't know. She just seems high maintenance to me. What do I know? So he's saying she can call them whatever she wants, but they love each other. It's actually sweet. You know, I've called him, and I will call him Gary Busey throughout. I actually liked him a lot better this episode. I think he's sweet with Natalie. They do seem to like each other, and I like that he's excited to meet her parents. There's a lot of stuff that I liked about him more this episode. We find out they are getting married. Everybody's getting married in 2 weeks, you guys. Can't even believe it. Let's go to Nick and Danielle. I am getting more and more freaked out by these two, both of them. So they are going to see his condo. He says it's most important to him that she feels like it's her home. Can we talk about these two psychopaths for about 14 hours? Because I'd like to. Again, I say this every time, but in case you didn't hear the other episodes, I focused hard on Nick and Danielle right off the bat because they're the first couple we saw fall in love and get engaged. And I really rooted for Danielle through this, right? Because I know she struggled with some stuff, and I thought, okay, she seems really sweet, and I liked her. And I do like her, and I keep going back and forth. I get these comments. Some people absolutely hate Nick. Some people absolutely hate Danielle. I think they're both sociopaths, psychopaths, whatever the word is. They're all the above. I think he has this deep anger, and I think she is very needy, and I just think no way is this going to work. They're going to fight. I mean, everybody fights, but it's more than that. I mean, let's go ahead and talk about it. She likes to wear costumes. Cool. I actually put a check mark in her category for that. I think that sounds like so much fun. But he's just not into that and all. And I'm just thinking, like, he's saying he wants her to feel at home, but clearly he doesn't because he can't even stand the thought of her having a rock band game out. And I'm thinking, if this is the love of your life, and they said, you know, I'm going to spend forever with you. The one stipulation is I'm going to have this video game in the middle of the floor. You'd be like, bring it on. Let's do that. Great. You know, I'm not saying it wouldn't get annoying some, but that wouldn't be a stand in the way thing. But ooh, for Nick, it sure was. Okay, so I'm talking through Jarette and Ayanna, and believe me, I'll get back into Nick. They went to meet his parents. His parents are so sweet. It's his dad, his stepmom. His dad is, I think he said, a minister, so he wants to perform the wedding. They're very sweet to Ayanna. I really don't have too much to say about them because they're so sweet. When I say this episode was boring, there was a lot of this, right? I really liked his parents. we'll go into all of it. There's just a lot of really nice people, so there wasn't that much drama. So these parts were a little bit boring, but hey, they seem like sweet people, and I don't know. Ayanna just kind of seemed to fit in well, especially like the stepmoms really seemed to like Ayanna, and I thought that was kind of cool to see. Okay, let's talk Sal and Mallory. So, you guys, first of all, I was on the podcast. We love to hate everything. It's with Jody and Amanda. It's fabulous. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. They're so much fun. They had watched some episodes. They told me a little bit more about this because I didn't know what we were going into leading into this. And they've kind of turned me around on something. So normally I don't know what's going to happen, and I still really don't. But I can tell you one thing. If you want to hear a spoiler, stay right here with me. If you don't, I'm giving you time to fast forward. Do you want to fast forward, fast forward, fast forward? Okay. They pointed out that Sal seems to maybe be on the show for a music career. And I was like, oh my God, it now makes so much more sense. This whole time I've been saying, oh, he's so sweet, he's so cool. But they mentioned, and I may have gotten this wrong, I still haven't seen the episode, so I don't know, but does he have like a side girlfriend or a girl he was maybe engaged to until he came on the show? Some shit goes down. I know it's coming for us, so it makes me fearful of Sal and where we're going with this. I'm afraid he's dicking Mallory around, and I don't like it. Now, I really liked Mallory up until the Jarette stuff, and then I kind of quit liking Mallory as much. But we'll see. She was sweet in this episode. She seems to really like Sal. She encourages him and the roommate to play music together. I mean, they're very talented, but it's just, I don't know. I get the ick factor when people pick up instruments. Like if I was getting serenaded, I just wouldn't know where to look. I felt the ick like through the TV screen. So I'm just not interested in that. But hey, good for them. We didn't really get too much of it's Shake and Deep Tea. I mean, we got a quick scene here where they're looking at his apartment. It's a beautiful apartment, not much to say. Except for that he has a heated bed, and that would make me absolutely crazy. Maybe it's because I live in Florida. I don't know. I'm just always hot. That sounds like hell. Okay, let's go to Nick's mom. You guys. Nick's mom and sister. How do I put this? Okay, what up with the voices? Why do they sound like they have more testosterone than he does? I'm here for the truth. I have to say it. What's going on there? There's just a lot, right? Do you ever watch Always Sunny? Is this Mac's mom? Because that's what I feel like. Well, guys, I was able to get the interview, and guess what? Nick's mom is here with me. Hey, Nick's mom, what do you have to say about the relationship between Nick and Danielle? Okay, good interview. Does that not sound exactly like his mom? Okay. We find out he showers twice a day. We find out he's even more annoying than I already thought he was. This is where I want your comments. Do you think Danielle's more annoying, or do you think he is? I go back and forth. I'm going to say he is, only because, yes, she is very annoying, and she is very needy, but he scares me. I feel like he could punch a wall at any point. He's just mad, and it's like a bubbling up rage, and there's just a lot going on there, but I mean, this meeting went okay. It's funny. They seemed to get along all right at the lunch, but then as soon as lunch was over, Mom is saying to camera, I don't know. That's my impression of Mom. I don't know if it's going to work. So she's saying, I don't know if my son would ever, I didn't think he would ever get married, and that he likes God. No, just kidding. He says if marrying Danielle feels right, that's on him. That's his decision. All right, let's move on from this. We go to Natalie and Shane. Again, I like them both better this episode. They're having champagne. They're doing wedding planning. He wants a fountain that sprays old-fashioned drink. Now, I laughed at first, but then I realized, it's in honor of his dad who passed away, who loved old-fashions. I'd say, yes, do that. That's fantastic. Then he floats the idea he'd like to have cheese curds. Not just that, like a buffet of hot dogs, pizza, mac and cheese, and cheese curds. Wow. So again, I liked him better this episode, so it's hard for me to make fun of this. And would I be at that buffet eating it all? Yeah, I would. But it just made me laugh. She says, my whole family is lactose intolerant. I don't think this would work. Oh, and they don't really drink either. So I'm like, oh, geez, that's something to figure out. But yeah, that just made me laugh. I thought he was actually cute when he was talking. Well, maybe not here, but when he's talking, those eyes. When he can you imagine him in bed with you? Okay. But can you, where am I going with this? Good Lord, those eyes like threw me for a loop. But it just made me laugh that these were his ideas for the wedding. Then we go to Sal and Mal. Yes, I hate it too. So we're meeting Mallory's sister. Mal was in a 6-year relationship. He was in a 2-year relationship. Is he ready to do this? I don't know. So again, I think information is coming out that maybe he wasn't in a 2-year. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just going off secondhand information. I welcome it. We'll see. I usually just take one episode at a time. I don't read ahead, so I'm not really sure, but I feel like something's coming out about him. Maybe he's there for the wrong reasons. We'll see. Let's see. This scene was kind of long and unnecessary. Sister's not overly thrilled about this. He talks about their partnership. He basically says at the end, listen, if sister decides she doesn't want to be there, that's her decision. Mallory and I can do this. His parents basically went through this with their parents, where the grandparents didn't show up for support at the wedding, and they got married anyway, so he's willing to do that. We'll see what happens. Let's go to Deeps and Shake. So they're at his family. I love his family's house. I think it's really pretty. He's saying he feels no jitters. So again, I think he's convincing himself he loves Deeps. I think she's so much better than he is. He just can't see it. And I gotta say, I really liked his mom. So I wasn't sure how this would go, especially seeing how he's turned out. But his parents seem really lovely. They seem very nice. And his mom was basically like, what are you doing here? I don't know why you're hesitant. She seems perfect for you. And she really takes up for Deepti, and I appreciate that. And I'm like, man, like, what awesome in-laws. Great. Everybody's awesome except for Shake. So let's just ditch him and keep the in-laws, and there you go. So then we go to Giannina and Jarette, and it's the morning. He's saying how beautiful she is. They talk about the wedding. She's asking if he has preferences on what she wears, and he says, nope, you just have to walk down the aisle and say yes. So again, I'm flip-flopping a little bit on them. I don't know. I felt like he really had a thing for Mallory, but maybe he really is coming around on Giannina. They seem to really like each other here. Now, it's interesting because they're going to have issues because he likes to go out and party and she's just not that person. She says she'd rather stay home, watch TV, and read. So I don't know how this is going to go. I'm hoping it's just like he wants to go out with his boys before they get married. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Let's go to the flaming mess that is Danielle and Nick. She loves rock band. And she likes her friends to dance on tables. She has a lot of clothes. These are all things that he absolutely hates about her. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if he's convincing himself he should like her, but he seems to, straight up hate her, right? I mean, I just feel this rage coming off of him, and now it's all I see. He's trying to pretend like, oh, it's cool that you have a wiener costume. But it's just not his cup of tea. He holds on to her corn costume and he puts that on and he's like, you just buy these for fun? You wear them for fun? And she's like, yeah, I'm goofy. And he starts talking about their age difference. I get it. That's not for everybody. Everybody's different. I can appreciate this about her. I kind of love that she has these costumes. If you said which person's house, if you had to hang out for an hour, are you hanging out at? Are you hanging out with the chick that has, fun costumes? Or are you hanging out with the dude that doesn't want rock band in his very clean apartment? You know what I mean? He just doesn't seem any fun. And at least she's fun, so I'll give that. I don't know. Natalie and Shane. Natalie's going to go talk to her parents and explain the experiment while Shane goes to pick up flowers. So they come over. They're very tight, she and the parents. And she had warned that they were going to be difficult, but I really like them. They're just being normal parents that are like, what the hell? What do you mean you met a guy 2 weeks ago? So I don't know. I kind of like them a lot. I thought they seemed to really care about her, and they didn't, they weren't mean about it. But they weren't sure exactly what she was talking about or whose apartment they were at. She had to explain that, hey, I was on this show. I was single. I wanted to find someone. I met somebody. We fell in love. He proposed. I said, yes, I'm engaged. Oh, by the way, this is our apartment. Lots to lay on your parents. Oh, and also we're getting married in 2 weeks. But Mom, he's exactly like you. So again, a lot of information, but I gotta say, this is the most I like Natalie. This is also the most I like Kyle. Why did I forget his name for a minute? Not Kyle. What the hell? This is the most I liked Shane. Good Lord, it's late. I'm tired. I'm confused on who's who. But anyway, I liked her parents a lot. This is the cliffhanger that they left off on. Dun, dun, dun. Are the parents going to be accepting or not? I might be wrong, but I feel like they'll come around. That's a lot of information to lay on somebody. And that you're getting married in 2 weeks. And they're just supposed to be okay with it. Well, that doesn't make any sense, Like, of course they're going to have a reaction. They love you. They're going to have a reaction. If they just want you to be on TV, then you can tell that pretty easily. But they really seem to love her. So, I don't know. I like them. I'm curious to see where this is going. I'm curious to see if Shane says something completely offensive to them right out of the gate and what he's going to do or say or how it's going to go. But that's the episode. So overall, parts of it were boring. I thought the ending was interesting. I'm still very, I don't know. Nick and Danielle, they're like, I don't know, oil and water. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go. The whole thing. I feel like there's just a big explosion waiting to happen, like a big explosive fight or something, because I don't know, I feel like he's a pressure cooker. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jay, for providing voices. Jay was the voice of Nick's mom. If you want to find his channel, he's Dr. Bad Vibes, all one word. He does like fun video game stuff. If you're interested in Patreon, check that out. We're having a lot of fun over there covering the original Sex and the City series. Also working on Always Sunny now. And if you're on the top tier, you get to pick what we watch. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate all the love and support. Check out the merch if that's something you're interested in. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.